Well, concerns are certainly growing over Twitter's future. Its offices are closed through Monday, and employees are leaving in droves following an ultimatum from Elon Musk. So for more on this, we want to bring in Carrie Flynn. She is a media deals reporter for Axios. Really good to see you. I don't know. In the beginning of this whole adventure with Elon Musk, I was hopeful because I thought, the guy's successful. Right? Can everyone hold their horses before you pass judgment? But now I really don't understand what's going on. He tells everyone that they got to return to the office. And then he says, well, no one's in the office, so we're not paying for your meals anymore. And then he closes the doors to the office, so you can't go back if you want to. Do we have any explanation as to why the office doors have been locked so abruptly? I had actually read on Twitter, because, I was on Twitter because everyone's going to Twitter to glean what's going on. I had read on Twitter that the guy responsible for the cards to get in, that he doesn't work there anymore. I don't know if that's it. I don't know if that's it or not, but what's going on?
I think that tweet you're referencing of that guy, it was actually a joke. And that's a big issue of Twitter right now. We don't know what's truth and what's fiction if we're just reading tweets, especially with this new verification policy. But from my understanding, Twitter employees were told yesterday that effective immediately, all of Twitter offices would be closed insofar that their badges couldn't work. It unfortunately makes sense based on how they did these recent cuts. Normally, when you do layoffs, human resources and management has a list and they can proactively or immediately take away employees' access to their email, to Slack, to any internal tools. But the way they did this was voluntary, and they just told employees to choose yes if they wanted to stay and then just not reply if they wanted to leave. So access wasn't immediately revoked at the time of resignation. So now Twitter management, I imagine not Elon, maybe Elon, someone high up there needs to spend time figuring out who they're letting go. And so that's going to take a time, especially if what I'm hearing and other reports are saying is that it was mass resignation. So that's a lot of people's information to go through and revoke their access.
I mean, you say mass. Do we have any sense, because you had the initial layoffs and now this potential mass exodus
of whoever's left?
Yeah. Any idea of who is left, like the types of jobs that are still filled right now, or the numbers that may be left?
It's difficult to tell because of what we were just talking about. One easy way internally or reporters can find out is based on the number of employees who are using Slack, that internal messaging tool. But like we just talked about, they haven't revoked everyone's access yet, right? So you can kind of see the numbers start dwindling, and also employees choosing to engage internally or also tweet about their resignations. And I saw a lot of tweets last night and a lot of tweets this morning that use the hashtag #LoveWhereYouWork, which is a common phrase inside Twitter for a while now. And it's people, again, publicly sharing that they're leaving. And I've seen a lot and spoken to a lot of high up senior engineers there who chose to resign. And so there is a general sense, and what we're really seeing is that teams have been gutted. Again, I don't feel comfortable sharing an exact number, but it's fair to say that just earlier this month, before Elon took over, Twitter had 7,500 employees. When Elon did the first round of cuts, he cut half that company. So just over 3,000 were left. If it's true that up anywhere from a half of that is now gone, that's it, even no matter what department, it's just Twitter is a shell of what it used to be when it comes to employee count. And so again, I've chatted with people there who were former engineers who worked on front end engineering, back-end engineering, people who are involved in the product that I was talking about earlier, verification,
right.
People who are just general designers. It's really a gutting across all departments there.
So then listen, then I got to ask you, right? Because
we're thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I think we are. Like, I'm sure that Twitter can run on autopilot for a certain amount of time. But like even a plane, on autopilot is going to run out of gas and start to go down. So, I mean, how long can this go on?
Well, I feel like last night on Twitter was essentially a party of everyone being like, all right, goodbye.
Yeah.
But, I woke up this morning and it was still there. And, not seeing any bugs myself yet. But that's the concern is, I don't know if you guys, how early you were on Twitter, but back in the day, Twitter did have problems a lot. The iconic fail whale would show up, when there was a lot of engagement on the site because just, it wasn't that well built up. They didn't have as many employees as I just referenced. So it just wasn't as sophisticated as a system. Obviously, over the decade that it's now existed, that has gotten better. But now if there's fewer of those engineers, those bugs can pop up. Sure, some code can be automated, but not everything. And so I suspect we'll be seeing a lot more issues, unfortunately, soon. And also there's concerns about content moderation as well.
Is there a possibility, should Twitter become in people's minds somewhere they don't want to be, for all those reasons that you referenced? I know we have Instagram out there right now, perhaps TikTok, but is there something else that might be the next Twitter, or is it that people will simply go to the social media platforms that already exist?
I think it's hard to replace Twitter. For me personally, this past week, I was one of those trying to get Taylor Swift tickets. And it was fascinating that, a place I was like essentially in a community of people trying to get these tickets. And when it comes to getting, information from Ticketmaster themselves, they were engaging on Twitter.
So
there's really that just invaluable service that it provides when you need or want real-time information about something. And that's really hard to replace. Yes, you can post those same statements on Facebook and Instagram, but there's something unique about Twitter when it comes to real-time information.
Totally agree.
And I think that's hard to replace. But my hope is that it's not really going anywhere. I think there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. Elon tweeted himself, I think last week, where he said, we're going to use an old phrase in Silicon Valley, move fast and break things, right? We're going to experiment a lot.
The break things part seems to be quite successful.
Very good at breaking things.
He perhaps needs to spend less time on Twitter and
more time repairing things.
Exactly.
Carrie Flynn, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
In fairness,